We just heard from Coach Prime after Colorado's 35-21 loss to TCU out here in Fort Worth, Texas. One of the first things Coach Prime said after the game was that he's disappointed. He said it's one thing to lose a game, but it's a whole other thing to feel like you beat yourself. And that's exactly what this Colorado football team did tonight. 3 first-half interceptions by Caden Salter, a muffed punt, whatever you want to call it, a turnover, pretty much a giveaway on a punt late in the game that honestly gave TCU the go-ahead and control and win this game. And those type of self-inflicted wounds and mistakes are what has plagued this team throughout this season. 3 games we can look at. Georgia Tech in week 1, they had a 10-0 lead. Last week against BYU, they had a 14-0 lead. They had a 14-0 lead again here tonight. All those games they ended up losing. That is the definition of beating yourself. And Coach Prime and this staff got to get to the bottom of it.
It's also the definition of disappointment.
Yeah.
It keeps happening game after game. Again, I mean, we talked about it on the post-game show. What happened out here looked, to me, way too similar to last week. Too similar to Georgia Tech. It sucks. It is what it is, but something's got to change.
Coach Prime also mentioned the definition of insanity, right? We all know that.
Mm-hmm.
Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And you mentioned it. Tonight felt like a rerun that we saw last week, that we saw in week 1. And that type of stuff just cannot continue to linger. Something has to change. A button has to be pressed for this team to feel differently moving forward, to look differently moving forward. Because this team is talented.
Yeah.
They have talented players on both sides of the ball at every single position. But you're 2-4, and you are what your record says you are.
That's the thing. If this was the 2022 team and you're losing games by 35 points a game every week, like, clearly the team is bad, right? This team is out here competing every week. They've been in, those 3 excruciating losses we just talked about. Georgia Tech last week against BYU, and this weekend against TCU.
Yeah.
You've been in these games. You've had plenty of opportunities to win these football games, and I'm sure that's why he's so disappointed as well. And it is insanity, and something has to change. It just has to.
No doubt. And as bad as the result was tonight, Coach Prime revealed post-game that he feels like his blood clots have come back. He's been in real pain tonight, this week here recently. He mentioned it on Tuesday during his presser that his foot is on fire, is hurting. He spent most of the game, or a lot of the game, without a shoe on his foot tonight, just to get that foot some relief. Coach Prime said he has a doctor's appointment on Monday to hopefully figure some things out. But we're certainly praying for Coach Prime and hoping his health can be to where it needs to be to continue to lead this football and just live a healthy life, because certainly that comes above everything else.
It's like a sick, ironic twist, because in 2023, Coach Prime, I think, was coming off of foot surgery when he was walking out here for the first time, and he said his goal was to run out with the team. He obviously made that happen, and now clearly he's going to have to deal with it again. I feel for him, man. I mean, the guy's been through a lot with his health issues recently. He probably hurts every morning getting up, A lot of talk about turf toe recently, too, with Joe Burrow and Brock Purdy as well, dealing with it. So this is the long-term ramifications of it. It sucks to see, hope Coach Prime is doing all right. We know he has a great support system. He has all the resources he needs at CU as well, just given the medical facilities. So it's concerning, but we just hope Coach is doing all right. And, as you mentioned too, like, Coach also said that he's a football coach, man. He loves this game. And there's work that needs to be done, clearly. And I think he understands that and is willing to accept that. Health issues are just that. They're health issues. Can't control them, can't predict them. That's what it is.
No doubt about it. That's a wrap from us here at Fort Worth. Jake and I will be live on Monday morning for a little bit to kind of recap some things.
We'll talk about some positives.
We'll try to, at least. You know what I'm saying? We'll catch you then.